have on Google is all these Oyibo ideas. It's not tailored to our client. Help us better. How can you help us? I don't like if I continue to answer everybody one, it will be difficult. What I now do is that I'll come back from work in the evening and I will just write it. And I wanted more people to be able to have access to, okay, this is how you start business. And I also even did my research then, and I found out that what we had were platforms that were either entertainment or blogs. The ones that we are looking at businesses, they've been tailored down to politics. I said, okay, let's be a breath of fresh air, just sharing only business, nothing but business. So that's how we started openredalia.com. I already had Redalia because I was pursuing a slot for Rakike Benkiza to be their sole distributor in Port Harcourt. So that's why I registered Redalia. So on the last day we were supposed to sign that dealership, they didn't give me the dealership again. So I tried though, but okay, and I said, okay, maybe let's just dump it here. But when I remember that, I was looking at something and I saw my Redalia registration. I said, what can I do with it? Let me now use it to be writing and be helping people. You know, people stay reading Redalia.com websites. I was like, people are reading this thing, and it was now overwhelming. And I was similar there to host this event. It was free. It was free event. They came, there was food and everything. But we are not stupid. I was like, if they're going to eat my food for free and everything, let's get data. So we had questionnaire. 3-page questionnaire. What is the challenge that entrepreneurs have? What are you people looking for? And because they are relaxed in a very good environment, we invited a lot of people, science, talking about how to grow your business and everything, and they were eating our food and drinking. They gave us data. They said they wanted a co-working space, and they said they wanted it in Ikeja. So we started setting up this co-working space. So we set up this co-working space, and people started coming. It wasn't easy. Then I had to now come and live in Lagos. You know, when we set it up, we just wanted to make it international standard. We just thought that people would come immediately. For where? Nobody. That's when the whole work started. And I said, this space is so beautiful. Now, where are all the people that told us they wanted co-working space in Ikeja? What I did was that we had to ruffle it, go on the street. So I would, after going, I would start where to. Now I found out that some of them, it's not as if they didn't have money, they had money, but their businesses will also fail. So, and I would consult with them, and I found out that most times it wasn't money. Money was not the challenge. It was they didn't have knowledge. They're spending money anyhow. One, even like all the staff, they bought cars for the staff. You've not there making money. You are buying cars for your staff. Every time they are buying food. It's not being like we are the poor people that cannot buy food for our own staff. I said, what is happening? And they could not pay for our space. So it was a challenge. If people come and they don't stay because their businesses fail, it means that we will have to also be spending more money to get new people every time. So we didn't want that. So we want to start consulting for them, started training. That's how we started the business clinic. So we look at what is it that people want, and we create solutions for them. You domain? What do you want to say?
I said it's free.
No, it's free because we pay you to Cambridge. So we partner with them so that there's like support. We will support you to get your domain name and to set it up. Put it out. You try. There's this beta period where like okay, 1,000. That's what when we wrote the Ultimate Legal Guide book, we did 2 videos. You know, with the same this thing. You saw that one video, same message, same everything was getting 1,000 views. Another video, same everything, was getting like 5,000 views with the same budget. So you already know that this is what people want. So what do? You pause the other one entirely, and then you continue with this one.
I think instead of before I do anything, I think about okay, how can I do this thing so much so that I will not spend anything, but ultimately I want to make profit from it. So I want to start a fashion designer. I want to start up a fashion designing business. Okay, no, let me take my startup for instance. So my startup, like I mentioned, is an invoicing platform, and that's one thing that I need. I use in my digital marketing. I send invoices to clients every now and then. So I decided, okay, how do I start? If I hire a developer, I'll be spending more than 1.2 million naira. But I know how to build WordPress. Why don't I use WordPress and use Google Form to back it up? And that was how I started.
So first of all, you have to understand your business first. If you know your business very well, then you will now try to be innovative, right? Like, okay, let me take for instance, I'm into bakery. I bake bread, right? When I started, I registered my business here. That's how I got to know Regalia. Nobody introduced me to Regalia. I Googled, I wanted something, and I saw. It was a face I saw. I said, wow. And I began to search, and that's how I got to Regalia. And at the time, bread. If you notice for some time now, in fact, there's a glut in bread business.
Hey, that's so.
Yes, there are so many.
Selling.
That's selling. Come in, sir. Wait.
Today, we've done a lot of everything, like a lot of bootstrapping, a lot of learning, and relearning. So you are not working based off of head knowledge. The fact that you spend so much to organize an event, which is a lot of us we don't do. People just want to start something and they look around. Mama, there's somebody selling rice, there's somebody selling, well, let me start selling water here. They don't consider if people would even buy. And so for you to have done that, I think that's a lot. That's one of it, right? Try to understand the environment, what's working, what's not working, and then what do I have inside, so that I don't spend extra.
There's another one. Bro.